Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello, welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, we have our Miguel and Holly Uncensored Sunday sessions. I'm up this week. We'll see who it'll be. Find out Sunday around noon on the wherever you listen.
Will you be finding out Sunday at noon?
I'll be finding out before Sunday, but I don't know as of right now, as of Wednesday at 10:22. So yeah, check that out. Our other podcast, Miguel and Holly Full Show, Miguel and Holly Queen City Confessions. Check out our whole host of podcasts, and also make sure to slide Hits 96.1 when you listen on the iHeartRadio app to your presets, because it helps us and spread the word. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna jump around. We got a lot of hot topics today that I want to bring to the table.
Hot topics.
I love hot tops.
Like hot tops from Hot Topic,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
hot tops from Target.
We don't support Target, so
When was the last time you went to Target?
I don't know. Ask when their DEI dropped.
Holly,
What?
when was the last time you went to Target?
What?
MAGA!
Ah!
Get her a red hat!
Why did they wear a red
And she's wearing a red
shirt?
shirt too!
Yes.
White
It's
woman from Miguel and Holly.
yes, that's me. The white woman has fucked up.
Save that.
Miguel and Holly. The white woman has fucked up.
That's what we do best. I had to go around Easter. There's just some stuff that other places don't have when you're putting together a holiday. And I was like, what are you gonna do? I do try, but I can't get to it every time. I can't do it every time. I'm a bad boycotter, I think.
Well, I'm like about 2 days away from having to go because I have done really well. I haven't been since this whole thing started, and just to catch you up to speed, if you've missed it, back in December or January, when Trump was coming into office,
It would have been January, I think.
Yeah, probably January.
a lot of companies, to sort of bend themselves to Donald Trump's whim, they were like, we're getting rid of DEI.
Right.
And Target was one of those companies that did so. And so there are a lot of companies that said they were doing it, but for some reason, Target got the ire of most people.
Target was the
Yeah.
target.
That it literally. And so
Yeah.
a lot of people said, fuck it, I'm not going anymore.
Mhm.
And so I remember, like, at the time, Tabitha Brown, here's the weird thing about this with Target, especially, they've done such a great job over the past 10 years of highlighting Black creators and having, I mean, when you go to Target, like under the hair care section, it's never been more vibrant
Diverse.
Yeah.
and
really.
diverse.
And they had a pop-in Pride collection too before the outrage.
Right.
Right.
I
And
mean-
honestly, they still have I saw in February. I think I went in February and I saw a little Black History area that was in the Target, and I was like, "Oh, look, you can see what's, I don't know." They had a bunch of different little things, and I was like, "That's really cool. I like that." And I like there's like all different models, on their paneling where they have like in the clothing area, they have all different models.
I remember doing a segment back when we were in Tampa on being, I think I got emotional because they were selling Bevel. It started off as a Black man's razor because we call it the Black man's curse, but it's basically ingrown hair razor bumps that we get. And that's why when I was young, I didn't shave. I would get this sort of almost Nair stuff called Black Magic that I would put on my face, and then I would scrape it off with a spatula
Mhm.
because I would have
He's like, don't use this spatula. This is my face.
this is my face spatula. And
It was
so
like a pancake turner for real. Like,
literally, like, that's what I had to use to get it off. And so then I started getting my hair cut, and then the barber, their razors wouldn't give me ingrown hair. So then that's when I decided to have facial hair. And so for me to get Black hair care products, I remember dating a guy way back in the day. I think when we first got to Tampa in 2015, and I think I was still using like herbal essence on my hair, and I was using like Irish Spring, and he was mixed. He's like, listen, I'm not trying to tell you anything, but you are a black man. You need to get fucking herbal essence out of your goddamn bathroom. That stuff has no place for your hair.
He told you like that?
Yes, he was like, you are stripping your hair of all of its oils.
Yeah.
You are not doing yourself any favors right now. And I was like, what? I didn't know. So fast forward to Target a few years ago, carrying this product, Bevel, which are razors for black men. And it has lotion and deodorant and hair care products and beard oils. And it's all the things that as a black man, you would have to go to the Sally Beauty Supply or to like one of the places in the hood to get stuff. But now you could go to Target. And I remember saying, this is what we've been talking about when it comes to representation and having products that fit someone like me who didn't grow up with the dad, who had no clue how to do these things. I can go to Target. And I think now in sort of walking through this, that's why I think for Target specifically, this whole we're getting rid of DEI, we're not doing pride stuff hurt so much, because it always felt like at least Target had your back. And they were like, as a person who's black, for me who's gay, we got your back. And then for them to be like, actually.
Are they not doing like a pride collection this year? Or is it store dependent?
I think the last thing I read was they scaled back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they weren't going to do it. They've scaled back. But like a lot of, I'll be really interested in June.
Yeah. Who's doing what
the malls are going to look like, what people's Instagram, what companies' Instagrams are going to look like.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've already decided. I thought about this too. Because listen, at the end of the day, all these companies are trying to make a buck.
I was gonna say they're all trying to make money.
Yeah.
Year
That's what
over
they're trying
year.
to do. Right. That's what they're
Raise
trying
their
to
profits.
do. And so I've even thought about, what if iHeart was like, we can't participate in Pride.
That thing.
Can't cancel Pride.
Oh, can't cancel Pride. Oh. What is that other? There's like a Black Radio Network or something. What is that?
The BIN, the Black
BIN.
Information Network.
Yeah.
What if they just shut it down?
Right. So I've thought about that. Like, what would I do if they're like, hey, you can go as Miguel, but Hits 96.1 won't be at Pride.
Right.
What would I do? Because I've thought about that. And I'd be like, no, y'all are going to be there. Because every year, whenever we have businesses that are like, oh, we want Miguel to endorse this product, it's our Pride product, or we want Kelvin to endorse this for our Pride thing. And I always tell them, what are they doing to support Pride? I'm not going to endorse a business that's just coming to scoop up some money in June. And then in July, they're like, F the gays.
Right.
You got to put your money where your mouth is. And so if the company did that, we'd have some words. So anyway, didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole. That wasn't on my list of things to talk about today.
Oh, but anyway, Target. Yeah, so Target.
Holly still goes to Target.
As I have scaled back. I have scaled back. You said Holly said some words?
No, I said Holly still supports.
Oh.
But actually, I do want to walk into Target just to see what it looks like, because I haven't been. And so I'm like, is it barren? Are people still going? Like, what does it look like?
People are still going. Are you kidding? There is a good swath of people, like a big chunk of people, like the average everyday small town American, that has no idea that any of this is going on.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, there were some very, conservative people that decided to boycott Target when that whole thing about like the kids' bathing suits came out. And then a bunch of those people boycotted Target. I don't think they've ever been back, because they're like, well, not going to Target anymore. I'm just going to Walmart. And so they're boycotting Target. Now everybody on the left is like, well, we're boycotting Target. So you've got two groups that are they're both boycotting Target. And all the people in the middle are just like, I'm just trying to get my,
travel size shampoo, please.
Yes.
Because there's a good section there.
I'm just trying to get my kids' school supplies.
Yeah.
So I think that it's probably hurting them, but there's a large portion of people in the middle that don't know, and they don't have a lot of options.
Or don't give up.
It says, this is according to thestreet.com. In February, foot traffic in Target stores shrunk by 9% year over year.
Right.
Specifically during the economic blackout on February 28th, its foot traffic dipped by 9.50% compared to March 1st of 2024. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get down the list of things. Holly, your friend wants to put a call out for the Platypus Posse.
Yes, I didn't know this was first. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up her actual message so I can.
How to get her readers on?
You don't gotta call her out on that.
This is ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Where does she say this?
While you're looking that up, I'm gonna just read Shannon's message.
Mhm.
She had wrote two. Loving the Sunday sessions. Podcast junkies like me do not mind a long Sunday session. Just saying.
Mm.
And then Shannon also said, so I don't like Walmart because they do not pay workers a living wage in order to get tax subsidies. And now we don't like Target because of anti-DEI. So where are we shopping?
Dollar General. Just
Girl,
What is their
policy?
policy? And that's the problem. We know about Target and Walmart.
Right.
What do we know about Dollar General?
Well,
What do we know about Walmart? Walgreens and CVS. We got to do all this research.
But also, like, who makes our phones? Are we okay with their practices? Like, it
Correct.
gets very,
if you want to
very
get into the
selective.
splitting hairs of it, you're
Right.
like,
You're
well,
going
I
to be on a
can't do
farm
anything.
growing your own food and making your own deodorant.
Like
Like
your own
that's-
iPhone.
Correct. You're just gonna have a landline, and hopefully people know your number. Like,
No,
whatever.
100%.
Okay, so my best friend Erin is a huge Beyonce fan. Okay, so she said to me yesterday, or the other day, she said Beyonce's tour starts today. I can't wait to see everything. Because she has seen Beyonce now, I don't even know how many times, but she's literally been a fan since she was like 15, and she has grown up with Beyonce. Okay, so this is where we're at. She does not consider herself Beehive because she says Beehive people can be a little.
Scary.
A lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's not what she is, but she's just a huge fan. So she was saying, I was thinking to see if you guys could maybe help me connect with other fans from Charlotte that might be going to the show, because she's going to the Atlanta show. I don't remember what
I'm- Friday.
she's going Friday.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's right. So she's like, I was hoping if you guys could help me connect with other fans from Charlotte that might be going to the Atlanta show. Since I will be alone, it might be fun to meet up with some other platypus posse. And so then we talked about that, and then she was telling me about she's reading Beyonce's mom's book right now. She just finished it. She was upset because there wasn't any new information that she didn't already know, but she was interested about there is some backstory to Beyonce's mom that she wasn't aware of. But anyway, so she's watching all the concert videos to get prepared. She was just hoping for maybe like a platypus posse meetup at the Beyonce show in Atlanta on that Friday.
All right. Well, let's have her make a post on the Miguel and Holly fam / Platypus Posse Facebook group and see if anybody's going there. And then y'all can sort of do a little meetup. And please, if you do, send us a picture, because I think that would be awesome. Like there's so much joy I get when I see Miguel and Holly fam members on the Facebook group or in the comments connecting to each other, because that's ultimately what we want to do, is build community. And so that just brings me so much joy when I see that happening. So let's have a little Platypus Posse Beyonce Atlanta meetup.
Cool. I'm gonna tell her to post.
And if somebody wants to get my mom a ticket and take her, she'll be down to go.
What do you mean someone?
Someone.
Is that your job? Is that your job to get
Yeah,
you?
you can get her a little ticket.
With
I'll
what
hang
money,
out with her
girl?
on Thursday.
With what money?
Scale back some places in
Scale
Europe.
back where?
Scale back.
That's my 40th birthday, bitch. You scale back. You get her a ticket.
I'm saving that part. I'm saving that part, bitch.
All right. All right. Next topic we're moving on. Next hot topic we're moving on to.
Hot topic.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, I saw a little bit of this, but I didn't
What a
dig
lovely
in.
shirt.
Right. Like,
Bill,
what
get
is
yourself
happening? This
a
is a
non-
multi-millionaire. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
yeah.
So, for non-sports people, and the only reason why I know more about him is because the Aaron Hernandez show that was on Hulu, which was really
Mhm.
good. Bill Belichick, former head coach of the Patriots. He now is in North Carolina, head coach of one of our football teams here.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Damn, I forgot about that.
So this man is multimillionaire. I think he's in his 70s, I believe, and this
Wait.
clip may say how old he is. But his
He's
girl
73.
73. His girlfriend is 25. And some weird stuff has been happening. So CBS Sunday Morning traveled, I think, to North Carolina or somewhere to interview him. And they, I thought, in a very diplomatic way, brought up, hey, how you dating this 25-year-old and you're in your 70s? But listen to how they do it, though. And then listen to how she butts into the conversation.
Do you feel like you were treated with dignity and respect when you were let go by Robert Kraft?
Yeah, well, it was a mutual decision for us to part ways.
He said fired.
It was a mutual decision.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book.
Make sure that that's the...
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on, though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordan where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, I know you're not into meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordan on your feet. He's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
Girl, he don't know what he doing. She doing it.
He doesn't know anything about anything right now.
Girl, so what's going on? Like, outside of the fame in all of this, because I know Dohai said, why are we talking about this? He gross. But to me, it's so fascinating because you see this a lot where you have this 70-something-year-old man dating a 20, like, to me, that's what's wild. Like, if she were 34, I'm sure people would hem and haw, but I'm like, I can kind of see it. But when you are 24, what are you talking about?
It's
I don't think it matters when you're on a private jet.
it's transactional in some way. They're both getting something from this, you know. He's getting companionship and you know, getting his, what do they call it?
Rocks off.
Getting his rocks off.
He can use the rocks?
And that's why they make Viagra, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
And she's getting notoriety, fame, followers, money, travel opportines.
Sign me up.
Yeah, so it's transactional. It's giving Hugh Hefner, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
vibes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure in this scenario, like, who's taking advantage of whom? And you would immediately say, well, obviously he's taking advantage of her because he's in the power position.
Right.
He's the one with all the money and the fame and the status. And so he's taking advantage of her. Just given watching that few moments of that interview, though, I think it might be the other way around.
She's using him.
It very much seems like she is in full control of that scenario. And other than coaching football, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen this interview and you're listening, go Google, because just what he has on looks ridiculous.
Yeah, but see, what's funny is that that's what men that age do because they don't give a fuck anymore.
They try to regress.
Yes, I have a neighbor. Oh, we know my neighbor, Mr. John. I haven't brought him up in a while. My neighbor, Mr. John, he haven't seen him out, but he has a little lady friend now. So maybe that's why I haven't seen him on his little neighborhood walks. Because his
He's
wife
doing
passed
some other walking.
a couple of, yes. He's, I think, 75 or 76. And his wife passed a couple years ago, or a year and a half or something. And so he had some old fling contact him. And so he's like, it's nothing romantic now. And I'm like, we'll see. Now he got a lady friend. And so I haven't seen him. But when he used to do his little walks around the neighborhood, he would be wearing the nastiest, holiest, like, does this shirt even, I don't know how it's held together. Like, it had the collar and then a huge hole and like half an arm is falling off. And this is even back when my mom was still alive. She wasn't quite right, though, because she'd see him and she'd be like, I'm going to bring him some shirts. I'm like, Mom, that's inappropriate. You will not bring him. I had to physically restrain her from going out the door with some shirts one day. And I was like, no, he doesn't want your shirts. He likes those ones that are the rattiest, holiest, grossest shirts. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's got some kind of sentimentality to it.
Little comfort.
So, yes. And this is like, that's what these older men do. Like, they don't give a fuck anymore. That guy, Bill Belichick, was just like, this is my favorite shirt. Who cares if there's a hole in it? Like, he literally does not, when he says, I don't really care, he does not really care. So I don't know if he's just excited that there is a young, pretty thing that has goo eyes for him, and that's all he really cares about. But like, it just does seem very manipulative in her direction.
Is it possible for there to be a romantic connection?
I think in their situation, or any like this.
That situation.
I mean, I think it's possible, but I think
it's possible too.
I would be interested to talk to a therapist, because I feel like I want to use my words carefully, because I hate using the word normal, because what is normal? Because someone would say, well, Miguel, why are you attracted to another man? That's not quote unquote normal.
Right.
So I don't want to use that word normal, but it's even saying that.
No, we're trying to dance around the subject. There is something wrong there. There is.
Well, just because I feel like when you are 24, you have your entire life, in front of you.
Life paths.
Right. But at the same time, like, you want to build a life, and, obviously we're painting with a broad brush. And if you're 24, you are like, I have all this time in front of me. And so my first thought is, well, you want to have a life, but you also want a part of a $70 million net worth to build your future. And so that's when, like, is it possible for her to just truly be like, I love his skin, I love, his body, his mind, his spirit? Like, I just don't see it.
I don't either. And I think it is possible to feel a type of love.
Right.
But that's where I would want like a psychology person to get involved, because what type of love is this?
Right.
Like, what's her background even? Because you can have some kind of like, I'm not saying everybody would have it like a situation like this, but like, has she been missing love from an older male, like a father or a grandfatherly figure, and the wires get crossed because maybe she's got trauma around that area. And so desperately, rather than romantic love, she's looking for sort of a patronly, like a fatherly type love. And that's great for her. Maybe she needs that. But I don't think it's like straight up romantic, like two lovers, like in the same seasons of life.
Right.
Because my Mr. John and his lady friend, they are in the same season of life.
Yeah.
They have experienced life and they're coming at it from a very similar point of view. I just think there is something a little bit off there, because that's just really it's not going to fulfill you long term.
Let me get out of my brain. Let me try to put myself in, if I'm in their brain. She's 24. She seems like, obviously, she's sitting there watching this interview like a hawk. And even though they won't tell us how they met, let's just say that she works in some sort of PR, marketing, something, and that's how they met. Okay. So she's an ambitious woman who's still young, but ambitious. Bill Belichick has spent most of his life, I don't know his history, I'm just going to assume that he spent most of his life, because you don't become an NFL coach, I'm assuming, just walking off the streets. Like, you've had to work your entire life, and that is what you do, because you're also a babysitter for a team full of all these guys that have come into this money, and you've been running this dynasty or whatever, so that's your
what
life.
I was gonna say. He was at the helm of the Patriots, who were winning for like a decade. He was with the Cleveland Browns before that, by the way. And so that's how I knew Bill Belichick at first. But yeah, so he's been perched on top of the winningest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm thinking he's a workaholic who's never had fun. Let's say she's beginning her workaholic, but she's still 24. So she can sort of show him fun sides of life that he's missed out on because he worked so much. And he can show her, here's how you live as a wealthy person. Here's how you get success. Here are the tenets of what's made me a successful person. So like maybe that's their bonding element and that's what keeps them fueled.
Yeah.
But how long can that last? And does she want a family? Does she just want a piece of his money? Like
Well, the thing is, I think for any relationship, and I know that you were worried about calling it normal or not, because some people would say that gay relationships are not the quote unquote norm. But in gay relationships, straight relationships, anything like that, I think the ones that really last and that work are two people who have stuff in common and agree on several different levels of things. And then also, they're not going to agree on everything, but commit to each other. What do they have in common exactly outside of, like you said, like this work ethic of like learning from each other? Because that could be a business relationship as well. What makes it romantic? What makes it, kisses and hand holding and sexual and things like that? I wonder about that, because obviously you can have you're attracted to different things, but
That's the life stages. What are we doing with this life stage? Where are we headed to? Like you said, the end game.
right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying,
You're
like-
getting ready for, I'm not gonna say death, but you know what I mean. When you're 70, you're kind of closer than you would be if you were at 24.
right. I mean, I guess we could say we're all dying, but you are on such different pages of your lives. And so I'm like, what is the common factor outside of what Miguel's talking about?
But if I'm gonna be just super pessimistic, his earnings from the Patriots, he earned at least $200 million. He was listed as the highest paid coach in the NFL in 2023. In 2024, Belichick transitioned to coaching college football at the University of North Carolina, signing a 5-year contract worth $50 million or $10 million per year. And maybe that's what it comes down to.
At the end of the day, I would love to have a study done, because why is it that all of these May-December romances also happen to have one party with a lot of money?
Right. Like, why isn't he dating a 24-year-old that's an heiress to the Walmart fortune?
Right. And why isn't she dating a 73? Why isn't she dating Mr. John? Mr. John is a very nice man. Okay. And
But he ain't got $70 million, girl.
He's got the same clothing that's hanging off of him. He was an airline pilot, by the way. He knows how to fix all cars. He's handy around the house.
Where's that money, though?
Why isn't some 24-year-old posted up at Mr. John's house?
I mean, I don't mean to be, and we'll put this out there. If you are someone in one of these relationships with a big age gap like that, but I mean, we're talking not like 10 or 15 years. I mean, we're talking
50.
He's in the twilight
50.
of his life.
Correct. 50.
She's at the beginning of her life. We're talking that big of an age difference.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're in it or have been in it, we would love to chat with you on the podcast. Shoot us a message on the Miguel and Holly Instagram.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm loving these millennial topics because they keep popping up and a lot of you are responding to them when we bring them up. That's why I love the I'm 30 AF Instagram.
I think I follow that one too.
They always have such great stuff, but I love these headlines that have been coming up. Wait, hold on, I said, Gold Diggers! Play the song!
we can't play the song, we'll get sued.
Yeah.
But there's all these headlines that, remember back 5 years, 10 years ago, it was like millennials are killing beer, houses, restaurants. And so this post that they did talks about the juxtaposition of these headlines. So it says, we went from millennials can't buy homes because they go out to eat too often to millennials are killing the restaurant industry by being too frugal.
Yeah.
Millennials can't do anything
It's
right.
all our fault.
Every time.
Anything.
Do millennials even eat food is another headline. Contradictory studies claim they're shopping for fewer groceries, but also dining out less. Are we not eating?
Like, why are you always looking at the consequence and not the actual source of the issue? Like,
Right.
what is that about? Stupid.
Let's see. Another headline.
Oh.
How millennials killed mayonnaise.
No, come on now. Identity condiments. What the hell is that?
Not identity.
I don't know. I need to read that full article, but they're basically saying, and I'm like, well, maybe it's because of like truff mayo. Like we have all these different special kinds of condiments.
Mhm.
Like I'm now squarely a truff guy. Like when you go to my house, you can have truff mayo, truff spicy mayo, truff buffalo sauce, truff hot sauce, oil, like salt. So that's a lot.
It is, bitch.
That's too
that
much.
cholesterol.
Right? But I don't use them all at the same time.
Well, I mean, thank God you couldn't. It's too
Right.
truffly.
I mean, I've tried.
God, I can't have all that truffness.
But maybe that's how we're killing condiments.
Yeah.
Here's another. This is a tweet that someone put out. Apparently, McDonald's also said they're getting killed by millennials. And one of their CEOs said it's because millennials don't have brand loyalty and are instead promiscuous.
They don't have brand loyalty. So we're
Right.
we're slutting it up with Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, some no-name burger joint. We don't care. We will open our mouths for everybody.
Whoever's got the good deal.
That is true. I will open my mouth for anybody, girl.
Like, I'm sorry, that's not true. I am a millennial and I like McDonald's, but now that they're calling me a fucking
Slut.
You shut your dirty mouth, Ronald. I don't want to hear it with your fucking shoes.
I mean, when
Oh, we've gone off the rails.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Holly, not you attacking Ronald McDonald. He's like, I didn't do nothing. I don't run shit. I just get paid $7 an hour.
He's like, they haven't even had me in the commercial since the 80s. What do you want from me? Anyway.
But like, what is your go-to if you do fast food? Like, Holly, would you put McDonald's as your favorite?
Well, no, you know that I have to put. Look, is this not brand loyalty? I worked at Arby's. My favorite is Arby's, and it always will be. Like, I don't go to Arby's that often because I don't eat fast food that often.
Mm.
But burger joints, yes, McDonald's is my favorite.
Kelvin?
Absolutely. It's comfort.
I don't eat fast food that much, but if I were to choose one, it would probably be either Taco Bell and don't judge me, Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
don't.
I'm gonna boycott
Don't
you.
start.
I'm gonna boycott you.
Do you want me to bring it up?
I'm gonna boycott
Do you want to?
How dare you?
Do you want to go there?
How dare
Do you
you?
want to go there, sister?
Look, oh, look,
Because who
it's
got me
time.
on the Chick-fil-A?
Uncensored.
Catch it on the iHeartRadio app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Listen, there's like a hardcore group of gays that I know that still are on the boycott Chick-fil-A, and the rest of us just secretly go. And this is what makes it so funny. In Atlanta, during Atlanta Pride in October, the host hotel is next to a Chick-fil-A. And so you see all these gays going in and out on that Friday and Saturday and that Monday morning. And we're always like, how long's the line, girl? Can we get it?
It's the gays for Chick-fil-A. Listen, don't you come at me for Target if you're going to go to Chick-fil-A. Do not come at me. Okay?
Well, Miguel got me on it, first of all, because I was very all about that boycott life. But Miguel
You wouldn't
would order
boycott it when I would order it. You never said
Well,
no.
the loophole was that you were paying for it.
That's true. That's
The
my
loophole
money.
was
It's not
that
his
you
money.
were paying for it. So I said, fine. But then I started ordering.
I was
that
like, there are a
egg white
couple
grill.
times.
It's got good macronutrients. Anyways.
I'm just saying, girl. I mean, I do feel guilty because I still every now and then, like one of the gay magazines, like The Advocate or Out, once a year, one of their columnists will do like, here's why you shouldn't eat at Chick-fil-A, and I'm always like,
Send it to me. That will restore my boycottingness, but I haven't heard anything yet. So send it to me.
well, thankfully the Chick-fil-A around the corner has been done.
It has.
They're rebuilding it, but I guess it's supposed to open up in May, but I don't think a lot of progress has been made.
Oh.
So I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a long time actually now. So, but it's because of location.
I mean, it is delicious. Though. I think personally it's delicious. But anyway, yeah. So I'm loyal to brands and things. But Could it also be that millennials learned how to make better food that's like, and we all gone on like the healthy train?
True.
And we realized that like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be eating at McDonald's 4 times a week.
Right.
Well, and I feel like with TikTok, there are so many great videos about here's how to make your own McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
Arby's at home.
All the dupes.
Yeah, so I've been doing that myself where I'm like, well, I don't want to go. Like I made smash burgers at home a couple of weeks ago and made my own French fries instead of going to fast
So
food.
maybe instead of just blaming an entire generation, you could blame, influencers, social media, health trends in the US. But
Right.
no, it's millennials.
Ronald McDonald said, keep my name out
Fuck
your motherfucking mouth.
Red-headed bitch. Him and Wendy can go sit down with their red-headed asses.
Leave Wendy alone. I love Wendy, girl. She got the baked potatoes.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I do love me some Dave's doubles and whatnot. I do like some Wendy's.
Here's the last slide in this sort of I'm 30 AF Instagram account about millennials. First, millennials were killing the wine industry. Now we're killing the beer industry because we drink too much wine. Which is it? And so they have 2 headlines side by side. One article says, millennials are ruining the American wine industry. And then another headline that says, millennials are killing the beer industry with their rosé obsession. Which one is it?
Y'all, they don't know. Everything is our fault. Even opposite things.
Right.
I don't know. They can't figure it. What all this telegraphs to me is that these businesses can't figure out what they're doing wrong, so they're just going to blame a generation.
And I think that Shannon and Doe Eyes have hit it straight on the head. Shannon said, pay us millennial people more and maybe we would go out and eat at restaurants. Doe Eyes said, fast food has gotten ridiculously expensive. Imagine how much money you're spending as a family of 4 each time you go through that line.
Doe Eyes is not wrong. So my daughter had her play this past week, and she was at school for a really long time every day this past week. And so I had to get her Chick-fil-A because she's very freaking picky. And we finally discovered she likes the Chick-fil-A nuggets. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A. What do you want for dinner? I got myself a dinner and her. And I'm talking like she got a nugget meal. I got a nugget meal. It was $25 for 2 of us.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that is now over $50, because I know it would be for a family of 4 to go out for fast food?
Mm-hmm. And I remember growing up, my mom could give me $5 and I would walk to Wendy's when we lived in Denver and I would get 2 double stacks with ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickles, and cheese, large fry, and a large Sprite mixed with high C. And I'd have $1 and some change left over to keep to myself. Or I take that back. My mom would be like, where my change? She'd be like, I hand her $1 and she'd be like, I know there's a quarter and a dime there somewhere. Like, okay, here you go. So, but like, you can't do that anymore. You cannot do that anywhere.
You get 2 small fries.
That's it.
Right.
If that.
Something McDonald's has done that has helped is every now and then, maybe it's all the time, but again, I don't go that often, but they have like a meal deal. Well, they'll bundle it for you and they'll keep it at a relatively decent price. And so if they would do more of that kind of thing,
right.
I think it was like a double, like a McDouble, a 4-piece nugget, a small fry, and a drink for like, I want to say it was $5, but it might have been like maybe 6 or 7. Cool. You're telling me what I can get for a low price, but it's always like, obviously the cheapest shit on the menu, but
the smallest serving size of something for $1.
So expensive. Even like Happy Meals, like
how much are Happy Meals now?
I think Maya's no longer getting them because it's just not enough food. But I think the last time I got a Happy Meal, it ended up being $7 or $8.
What?
Yeah.
And if you got 3 kids?
Yeah.
4 kids?
And they only want it for the toy anyway. So she would, like, when she was little, she would only like pick at stuff. And I'm like, and the toy is a piece of junk.
So I just Googled it real quick. According to the prices listed on the old school menu, a Big Mac was $2.45 or 45 cents. A Big Mac meal was $4.59. A 6-piece McNugget was $2.35, and a Happy Meal cost $3.36.
Now, see, I would like a Happy Meal for $3.36.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's not the case.
A 6-piece Happy Meal is now $7.19.
See, it was $7 or $8.
Can't afford that with all these kids running around. I do miss that salad bar from Wendy's.
Had a good salad bar.
I miss the unlimited KFC bars.
Ooh.
The buffet ones.
Have you ever been to a Popeyes buffet?
They have
I didn't know they had a Popeyes buffet.
There was one left, and it was in Panama City. And our friend Derek took us there, and it was the best because you could pay, I think it was maybe 10 or 15 bucks, and they just kept piling the chicken out and the Cajun mashed potatoes. Girl!
Bring it back. Bring it back. Pizza Hut buffets, too.
Oh, I do miss the Pizza Hut buffet. Man, those are the times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we think about that, there will be no podcast on Friday. We do apologize. We'll be doing the show live from Ruby Sunshine in beautiful South End, Charlotte. So we will be out in the street, and then we go directly to the Love and Life Music Fest. So we will not have a podcast on Friday, but we'll be back on Monday. And Holly, you'll be here.
I'm gonna be leaving in just a moment to go get my flight.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, Holly's coming to Charlotte. So
Very
if you
excited.
live in Charlotte, come out and see us Friday. We'll be doing the show live. And if you don't normally listen to the show, there'll be lots of hijinks and crazy on Friday.
Oh, love hijinks.
Yeah. So come see us Friday. All right, Kelvin, how can people find you on social media?
Please feel free to follow at Kelvin Live. I am on TikTok and Twitter, but I just use Instagram.
Holly?
Radio Holly on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
Mine is Miguel Fuller. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Peloton. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Unscripted,